All right, how you guys doing? This is your man Bogy. So we are here in season 2, episode 28 of the CREW Afterhours. So I am with RAFEW in the house. We got ALUCARD from Transylvania. We got J.F.E.W in the house this way, and we got GhostBusters Chris. What's up, brother? All right, so we are here in our last topic, but not the last conversation. So I am going to go ahead and speak to you guys about Halloween. Now, if you guys have been watching, which I know all you guys here have been watching all our episodes of the CREW After Hours, I've talked about the Halloween franchise for quite a bit. So, what has been interesting me this time to talk about is what's going on with the last Halloween, which is called Halloween Ends. So this is the last trilogy or supposed last trilogy that began with part one, which is Halloween 2018, and then we had 2021 Halloween Kills, and for this year of 2022, we are waiting for in October Halloween Ends.
My topic. I love this that you're talking about this. I love these movies. So continue. Yeah, I love them, dude. Yeah.
It's an amazing franchise, and like one of the previous episodes that I spoke about. Not only is a great franchise, but unfortunately, they have about 5 different timelines. But what I'm going to talk about tonight is what we might think, because I've been looking at a lot of YouTube videos out there and commentary about how this last one, supposedly Halloween Ends, is going to end, at the end. So what is really going to happen? So the 3 most talked about endings, I'll give you the 3 most talked about because this is what I've seen. The first most talked about ending is Michael Myers dies. All right, so finally, after 40 years of Michael Myers, devastating, the little town, he is going to die. Now, the second one is Laurie Strode's dies. So we know this is Jamie Lee Curtis playing the role of Laurie Strode, and she has been battling him for over 4 decades. But a lot of people are saying that, okay, you know what? She's probably going to be the one that dies at the end of this Halloween Ends. And then the third most talked about ending that I've seen out there is, which is, it would be kind of ridiculous, is that it was a dream. A dream. This whole, everything, all these movies that we have seen has been a dream where Laurie wakes up from 1978's Halloween. That'd be kind of crazy, to say, hey, Halloween 1, which was in 1978, we know that Laurie Strode, she ends up in the hospital, and she's she's gone through this traumatic episode, and then supposedly Halloween Ends is about her waking up from this dream. And we've seen a lot of movies that use this type of ending, to say, oh, everything was a dream, so yay, yeah, we finished this franchise. So, which sounds kind of ridiculous there. Now, before I go ahead and go to each one of our hosts here of the CREW After Hours on what they feel one of these three, could be a possible ending. I'm going to share with you guys, which I have shared with some of the guys before, that there is a clause a legal clause in the Halloween franchise that says Michael Myers cannot die. So here is an insert that I have for you guys, and I'm going to read this as a quote. So Jamie Lee Curtis argued that there was no possibility that Michael Myers could come back after she chopped off his head. And of course, this happened in Halloween H2O. She added that she wasn't going to string along the audience again, as she has spent 2 decades hearing people's questions, Laurie's actions, when she could have killed Michael in a multiple occasions. So there was a documentary called Blood is Thicker Than Water, the making of Halloween H2O, and it explains the no killing Michael clause. So this was a result of a dispute between Dimension Films and the filmmakers wanting to kill Michael Myers for good, but the producer Mostafa Akkad opposed it. So it was ultimately determined that Akkad had the legal right to block them from doing so. So here we are now in 2022, about to receive in October the last movie or supposed movie, because it's called Halloween Ends. And, if it's supposed to end, how are they going to go ahead and end a franchise of Michael Myers, a serial killer, where again we know that supposedly this is the last trilogy that's supposed to happen, but there is this legal clause that Michael Myers cannot die. So let me get some of the opinions from the fellows out here from these three endings that have been talked about. So let's go with RAFEW. So RAFEW, from the three endings that have been mentioned, Michael Myers dies, or Laurie Strode dies, or that it was all a dream. What do you feel is the most plausible ending in your mind?
To me, Halloween 2018 should have been the perfect ending. That was him being booby trapped, being tricked to go into the booby trap of the house, the basement, and the house exploding. That was there. You can't top that. That should have ended the whole franchise right there. There's no way there. You can't top that ending right there. And then that's
So
it.
let's talk about now, 2022. Out of those three plausible endings, because there's a lot of them, but those are the three big ones. Would you think that one of those three, are plausible?
I think this has to be they have to kill him off in this one, because it's going to get to a point where people are not going to care anymore. It's just you're going into the double digits of the number of movies there are. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so many sequels you could make, and then people are just going to be like, even the diehards eventually, unless they come out.
The original people won't be alive.
Has been made already.
All right, so GP. So out of these three plausible, conversations online, so Michael Myers dies, Laurie dies, or this was a dream? I mean, which one would you feel more comfortable with?
First off, if it was a dream and they take Michael Myers' mask off, it should be Freddy Krueger. But putting it as a dream would be stupid. That's just it.
Okay, and the other two?
They'll probably, like I said, the original people, they can keep going with the movies. The original people won't be alive anymore to be able to do it, and they'll just have new people that don't know anything about the franchise. It's too old for to bring up the franchise like that if they don't do a good job. So probably Michael Myers dies, from a heart attack. I don't know, high cholesterol. But you know, like I said, I've only seen 2 of the movies, so I don't know too much about it. But the ending for Laurie dying, I mean, what's gonna happen? Michael Myers will still be alive, but if they killed each other at the same time, like a double KO, then yeah, that could be a good ending. No more Laurie, no more Michael.
Okay. All right. So, again, considering the clause that I just shared with you guys, so
They're gonna
Alucard,
stop that clause.
huh?
They're gonna stop the clause. If not, there's gonna be a bunch of movies of
Okay.
Halloween. It's gonna get saturated.
All right. So right now we're considering the clause because that's supposedly legal.
Mhm.
So right now with the clause, so Alucard. So what do you think? Would you think that Michael Myers is gonna die, Laurie will die, or that this was actually a dream all this time?
I think none of the three, but I'm going to say something really quick. You know that clause you were talking about?
Yes.
Jamie Lee Curtis fought really hard to make sure he died. And then the following movie they made, Resurrections, which is, in my opinion, the worst Halloween movie I've ever seen, where they kill her in the opening of the hospital. Okay, that's why she went back. This was terrible. She was contractually obligated, and she said, "I'm going back only if they let me do this in a way I want to do it." And I think she was pissed originally.
Yes.
I think she wants. Yeah, I think she. Okay, so let's just. I know every Halloween movie, and I love most of them. There are zombie ones. The thing that I will say is the dream. Absolutely not. That's the dumbest, stupid, cliche bullshit I've ever heard. No way. If they do that, I would literally just laugh and walk away. Yeah. I don't think. This is what I think will happen, and this is what I think should happen. I don't think Michael Myers should die by himself, or should. What I think should happen is, and the Halloween 2018 was a great film, and it ended great. And then I saw Halloween Kills, and I was really disappointed in that film because it was just mindless, running around killing with a bunch of townspeople. And I'm like, okay, let's get to the third one. They're milking this. I think how it needs to end is after all the townspeople are chasing him, it comes down to another finale between her and him. And I think they both need to die at the same time. Now, I know that the studio doesn't want them to die, but the best thing would be is Laurie Strode dies killing Michael Myers. That would make the most sense. And if they want to leave that open for a sequel in the future, they could go ahead and be like, oh, they're the copycat Michael Myers, or there's this, or there's that. They can say whatever they want, but at the end, I think that they should die killing each other.
Okay.
Imagine, that's what I said, but imagine that Laurie dies and Michael Myers dies because Laurie is Michael Myers. They will mess up people's minds. Like, what?
So, J.F.E.W, talk to us. So what do you think, from what's being spread out there in the internet, Michael Myers dies, or Laurie Strode dies, or this was all a dream since 1978?
I think there'll be 2 scenarios in my head. I think it'll be like both of them would be like a dream sequence. Like in one dream, Laurie is, like sick and tired of not being able to kill Michael. So she goes to GhostBusters Chris' house and she tells Chris to get the proton pack, and he teaches her how to be a Ghostbuster. And they go back and they blast Michael and they blow him up to smithereens. They don't even use like the ghost trap, and then that's it. Like, he's done. But he doesn't really die because he's in a human form, and then his ghost comes out. So now he's like a grudge or like a spirit or something. So he would still technically not be dead.
Okay, what the hell are you talking? Are you? We're talking about the same movie, or are you talking about Ghostbusters Part 7?
I'm talking about the dream sequence.
Yeah, it's your dream. We're talking about facts here, not dreams.
I'm giving you my theories of what could happen.
Yeah, your theory. Your theory. You need to wake up first and then give the real theory.
All right. Then my other dream would be like Michael's like all battered and beat up, and from being shot and like getting stabbed and shit, and like his body's like all messed up already from all the times that they think he's dead and he's not. So he goes around New York City Chicago.
Oh, you heard that?
Yeah.
that goes off when somebody's talking bullshit.
Let me finish the dream sequence.
Bro.
Oh, go ahead.
So he finds Charles Lee Ray, and he
Oh
makes
my
a pact with him.
God.
And then he like does that curse spell, and he goes into a doll. And now Michael Myers and Chucky are dolls. Like Chucky's already a doll, but Michael Myers, like Chucky teaches him how to kill as a little doll.
Oh, look at that. The bullshit meter came on again. All right. So I'll share with you guys, my opinion on this. At some point, okay, so Michael Myers dying, iffy because of that legal clause. You know what? I'm gonna keep it legal because I've seen this too much. I mean, there's a legal clause that the Michael Myers cannot die, and then Laurie Strode dying. Well, I think that will piss off a lot of hardcore Halloween fans. That Laurie, after 40 years of battling and doing everything that she's done, that she's gonna finally get cut off at this. As for being a dream, nah. I mean, that would really piss everybody
Like
off.
writing a story.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. There's a lot of movies that have used that theme that, it was all a dream. But it was within that one movie or two movies or whatever. But after 40 years, man, don't fucking mess around with us that it was a dream. Now, I'll give you my theory that can possibly happen. And this is the only way I think I would probably accept it. Is
I
that,
have
okay.
another one, but go ahead.
Okay, so all the evil, because we've seen the evil within Michael Myers, right? 40 years of evil, even though he's disappeared for a few years here and there, but there's evil pent up within him that when he finally clashes with Laurie, his sister or stepsister, and they battle it out. And then, of course, remember, there's another character that's also in play here. Who's that? Allison. Allison, which is the granddaughter of Laurie.
Yep.
So the granddaughter is still alive. So let's say even if Laurie got killed and she's done, okay, we still got the bloodline going because you have Allison. Now, what if Allison is battling Michael Myers, the epitome of evil, and they're going at it, and whatever is happening within that scene, that finally maybe, and I would think, because at this point, Allison could have the upper hand and finally kill the evil. Where do you think this evil is going to go? It's not just going to disappear like, powder. It's not going to disappear like, you're cleaning some virus with alcohol. That evil, for me, I think would go ahead and transfuse or transport itself into, give it to me, Allison.
That's a cool idea.
And now Allison, without her wanting, even as good as she might be, might actually grasp onto that evil that has been created and pent up within this one body for 40 years. Now he's dead, but has transferred over to Allison, and she becomes the new Michael Myers. Because, let me mention this, I've heard that, Halloween, the franchise, is going to continue. Whatever happens here in Hollywood, Halloween Ends, the franchise, they're making movies after this. So I'm sorry to spoil it for some of you guys here, but that's supposedly what's happening. Is that's going to be more Halloween movies. This moneymaker is not going to end. Who's going to end? Something that they can make money on. So that should make sense to you guys that are listening here.
I think that if they're gonna continue afterwards, and Allison is the new killer, and she needs a mask. No, if she needs a new mask, I think
Whatever
she
she
should get a
wants.
mold. She should get a mold of Bogey's face, and that could be the new mask, like the new William Shatner, like the new
Now,
Michael Myers.
I will say this. That's a cool idea. That was kind of like my
Thanks,
idea
GB.
that Michael Myers does get killed, but then they find another Mike guy dressed up as Michael Myers as a cop who just loved the whole thing and was in there. Now people will get upset if she becomes a new Michael Myers because oh, what's that woke stuff? Because she's a woman. I'm like, get the heck out of here, bro. It could be anything.
Nah, yeah. I'm
But I
like,
will
yeah,
say this
whatever.
though. I will say this.
Yeah, but that's why we have Sleepaway
Yeah.
Camp. We
With
already
the-
have
with
a
the-
female killer.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
So is there a lore behind it about the evil in Michael Myers, or just say that he is just pure evil? Because you would have to have a story behind the evil. It would like in Nightmare
There is.
There was a demon about it. You know, there's the demon, but they only mentioned the last movie.
Yeah.
You would have to explain that because they're not. Why she turned bad? You know.
Well, what? Yeah, there is a lore of behind Michael Myers. I think it was in what was it? Halloween Part 5. They had like a cult. I
God,
forgot the
yeah.
name of the cult right now, but yeah, there was a cult that supposedly, they were, that they were continuing the traditions.
Yeah, that
Oh.
got weird.
Huh?
That got weird in part
They,
5.
they were controlling Michael Myers as a puppet, is what it basically was for a cult, and he was impregnating another woman to have a kid, and that's the story they come up with after Halloween 5, and it was a really terrible idea.
Yeah, I think it was her niece. I think it was his niece that he supposedly impregnated. But anyway, so the topic here is about what you guys think about what Halloween ends might end. So all right, so I guess we're gonna wait when October comes out and see what this actually is gonna happen.
You know what?
So-
One more Halloween movie. Make Halloween end and then put Halloween in space, because every horror movie in space. Critters, space.
Yeah.
Friday the
Leprechaun?
13th, space. Everything is in space. Just put Michael Myers in space.
You know, before
Leprechaun has space. I mean, that was the third or fourth movie.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? Halloween is gonna go the way of Friday the 13th. They made so many sequels of Friday the 13th that people stopped caring, people stopped watching, and they stopped making them because.
Well, let's hope not.
So when you guys get a chance, make sure you go to YouTube and you search Halloween the video game. It looks insanely good.
All right, cool.
Evil
So-
Dead video game too.
So let me go ahead and end this topic here. Thank you guys so much for participating and sharing what you guys feel might be the ending here. But I guess we'll discover this in October of this 2022 to see what actually is going to end. But yeah, again, I think the Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends is definitely going to give us a great, for us fans that have been around, and we know, Halloween that has started in 1978, that is going to have some sort of conclusion. Again, we probably know that it's not going to be a definite conclusion, but a possible conclusion. All right, so this is your man Bogy, and I am here with GB in the house. We got RAFEW in the house. We got J.F.E.W in the house, and we got ALUCARD all the way from Transylvania. I can't believe you got reception there in your castle. That's
We
amazing.
got good Wi-Fi now. We connected it. We're good.
Oh no, it's probably the bats. It's probably the bats that is giving you Wi-Fi.
It is, yes, exactly. Yeah, we're good here, man. We got the best Wi-Fi here. Shit.
Wi-Fi.
All right. So this is your man Bogy, and you guys are watching the CREW After Hours. Yeah. This is your man Bogy saying, enough said.